Yo. Hello, everyone. Today we continue with our second group of Yantra and the rhythmic breathing. And the Yantras we have to apply today, to learn and to apply, are the dog for the contracted or Drampa hold, and the spider for the empty hold. And so we have to prepare a little bit these two yantras because they are not super simple. In reality, the yantras that are relative to the contracted hold, Drampa, are not the most easy of the yantras. They are all a little bit challenging, especially there is one that is called the frog, that is also a little special kind of Drampa, because in an empty Drampa, that done in the full beauty of how should be the yantra is a little difficult. But in any case, the dog is actually not so difficult. In order to do it very well, maybe is a little challenging, but otherwise, the only thing we have to try to be aware of is that it starts very similar to the cobra, very similar, but at the same time different. So we should try not to have our mind blocked into how we start the cobra, but we do something different. And then the spider is because the position itself, in order to be done really well, is a little challenging. In any case, the previous session, I've been already training something for both. Maybe more, I've been training for the spider than the dog, because as I said, half of the yantra, basically when you can do the cobra, you can do the dog. The second part of the dog we train now before going to see the yantra themselves. I generally always give you a little bit overview of what we are doing, so maybe it can be nice to know what we are trying to do. Now we do the 9 breathings, first of all, to start the session of yantra traditionally. We get into the position of Aerochana. Remember the back straight. If you want to have something that kind of sets us up in a line position, we do this movement. Arm straight along the side of the head. Sides up. Keep the sides up and bring at the navel your hands and grab the sides of the knees. Maybe today we do a little exercise to already help opening the breathing. The reason why it is that when we see how is understood the oral explanation, not always is clearly so easy to translate it in an action, because what the mind understands intellectually is not that immediately the body is doing it. Otherwise, we would do whatever. You think of jumping 3 times and then you do it. No. Then you have to train your body, your energy to move in that way and do it. So sometimes I feel like just hearing, starting from below and breathing smoothly, is not so easy for everyone to immediately be able to translate this into doing it in that way. One thing that I explained, the movement itself, if you especially remain a little not distracted, concentrated, can help you. If you at least intentionally try to put the air in the belly, in the abdomen, the movement is going to shape it and make it more correct. But then we'll start from below. But if we are not even doing that, then of course the movement cannot completely overrule everything. Not so easy. So sometimes if we can do some little warm up for the breath, especially if we decide to sit down and do the practice after one day, doing this and doing that, and we arrive already a little bit, maybe stressed out a little bit of something in the mind like this, maybe it's not so easy to jump into and do the breath like this. So sometimes doing some loosening up exercise for the breath can be useful, can help to start one step above already. And today we can do it just using our hands to guide our presence. So also will help us enter into this idea of being aware of what we are doing, being more present in what we are doing. So we put our hand on top of the navel. I think we already done it once, but we do again. Above the navel, a little, not really down. We touch the navel, but then a little bit above, slightly, and then breathe. Probably already you feel that there is the smoother flow of the breath. More easy, that is focused from below. But at the same time, if you observe, you can feel it, a kind of vertical expanding of the air. Like it is expanding more on the front of the body. And when you get at the top inhalation, you might feel a little tendency of having a little stretch outward of the spine. Like the lower back, the lower middle back tend to go a little bit inward. The crest of your ribs try to come up a little bit. If you experience this, and you experience a starting of the expansion from below, This is a complete breathing. But if we use the example of vertical and horizontal, this is a vertical movement of the breath. If you use the example I used of the arrow, this is going along the shaft of the arrow. And this is not really a balanced way, even though start from below and comes up, is not really ideal. Now, we put our hands like this at the base of the ribs and breathe. Always from the nostrils, and always try to breathe a little long. Now your experience is different. Now you probably feel more a lateral expansion to the sides and to the back. You really still feel it's coming up, but almost you're feeling coming up to the shoulders, to the back. If we go back where we were before and do it again, you can also see the different effect on the shoulders. Like this, you can somehow the shoulders tend a little of coming up, and somehow the throat, if you're not trained, might feel a little bit something is tending to create some kind of tendency to close a little bit. But if you are like this, nothing of this happens. You have more an impression of the shoulders widening, especially from the back. And no pressure in the throat, no modification of the feeling of the spine. The spine is more central and stable. But now, if we put midway our hands, not back here, not like this, but midway, like the fingers toward the navel, almost at the navel, and then breathe. You somehow feel these two movements, the central movement and the one before was more a lateral movement, balancing each other. You feel a kind of union, but not really a union, but it's just they melt into each other. And this would be when the arrow breathing is working both to the shaft and to the side at the same time. And now we stay a moment and observe. And now we do the 9 breathings. Inhale and exhale. And then go. Empty. Inhale. again. Now in the center. Hopefully, you had an experience of a bigger expansion doing these 9 breathings. And it's actually good because we are supposed to reopen the breath. And actually, we are supposed to direct the breath to be this way, to come up in the center and to open to the side, because this movement, you see, is opening. So should help us also open the side breathing. And when you do it 3 times and 2 times one side, the other side, at the end, when we breathe without the aid of the movement, but still there should be already inside in the short-time memory, there should be already these mechanics, this movement, this thing already inside, so that we can still have this trace, and obviously, hopefully the body is still following it. And we can have a nice full inhalation. That is the 9 breathings. Then we do a little bit of warm-ups. Shake feet, the knees, inhaling and exhaling. Now feet together. Straighten up. Let the breath go. Now, let the knee back. There are other exercises to do this, but this one is so nice and simple. And sometimes if some people have some problem, they can even do this. That I was trying to find a way that we make it less high because it's a little too high. This is not very much, but sometimes can also help if it's difficult to keep the knee down because we have not to force it. Then to the other side. Sometimes the light is changing here. And now we try to put both. And try to keep it together. Going back. If you want, you can raise a little bit and stay there, a little raised. Do a little bit this movement very gently. Very, very gently. Okay. One ankle behind the knee and forward, but let it relax by itself. Don't push. Then if you can go further, you go. By the side. And always move down from the navel, not the head. Just lean the navel forward. Then let the foot to the side and move forward. Same position. Can push, but don't push. Doesn't matter. This forward bending is important that you exhale well. Then the other side. Actually, if in trying to go more down, you kind of tend to constrict the breath or something, then it's not ideal, because what we have to do, a nice full exhalation. And you can also do it even if you don't get down precisely, completely. And then to the side. Now together. Then we push one foot forward, come back, push the other. When you push one forward, then you let the other knee slightly come up, relax. And then alternate like this. You see, the traction comes from the lower back when you do this movement. then both. Okay. Then we go back again here. And move in front. For now, we keep the feet close to the perineum. Maybe I go back a little, it's more clear. Then only one foot forward. The heels at the perineum. And these two spans in front. And go down. We remain a little and also do a little bit of bouncing. And then you try to go inside with one arm, straight out from under the knee. The other side. Try to relax downward. You can go a little bit in movement, always the breath relaxed. And then go inside. Straight out. And then to the side. Okay. Come out and then together. Like you want, if you could put your forehead on the feet. But without pushing. And then a little bit in movement. And lead the movement with the navel, not with the head. Your presence is on the navel, not on the shoulders, not on the head. Leave your head alone, relaxed. And now you have to try to go both sides with your arms. So maybe you have to go a little bit first like this, and then try to do like this, and then maybe open up a little the feet. Okay? Try somehow to do something like this. Because this will be the position of the spider. Then we come out so that we know what we are supposed to do. This is not so easy. So even if you remain like this, you cannot go really to the side. Of course, we do what we can. But that is the idea of the spider. Now we go on our back. As usual, we go down. Let the back relax. Shake. More comfortable, a little forward. Then we can lift and shake, also on the ground, both ways. Okay, now close. This is important to balance also. Inhale and exhale. And now rock a little bit. Roll to the side and open. Then we roll to the other side. Okay. He is close to the body. Inhaling and exhaling. And then we turn around. Turn around and remain like this. The hands together, triangle, perpendicular to the ground. Feet together. You can come down a little. But try to keep the legs together, the feet together. Now, forehead on the ground, hands at the side of the shoulders. Inhale, counter arch, and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Don't let the elbow out. Get the habit of keeping it closed. And then come forward. Now let the elbow open, but then you close it again. And then up. Like this. Try to keep your feet on the ground and stretch your head in between your arms. To train, you can let only one foot down and we relax and bend the knee, and we move the weight only on that foot, and then change. We can a little bit like walking. Moving forward and back. Inhaling and exhaling. Then go down a little more. Now walk, and then go back. And then we kneel and relax. Okay, now we should be ready. Now we can see the dog. It's not light, yes. So we start kneeling. And first I show you and then explain. So we inhale for 4 counts, arms up, back straight, side stretched. And then here is not like the cobra. The cobra, we go down, touch, and then come up and move down. That is the cobra. Some people have the tendency of mixing the two things. So they do the cobra like this. While is much more simple, because the cobra, first you touch the forehead and then come up like the cat and then move down. So it's easy, less complicated. But here, sometimes some people have the tendency of doing this first, but here is not. Here you go straight forward. Again, the movement if you do it from the navel, comes better because it helps you stretch, like in the cobra. If you do like this, you are already shortened yourself. So what, you are way back from where your hands should be. But if you move from the navel, you are already lengthening your spine, and so you get where you're supposed to get. In reality, if you see this, for example, now I'm here. Now I put this to show where I arrived. Okay? And if I do also the cobra correctly, you see, I am at the same point, same. Same, exactly the same point. But if I do like this, then I'm not. And then is a problem for the position. So inhaling and then exhaling, we have to exhale in 4 counts. But there is no really going there and staying and waiting for something for the inhalation. Should be a fluid movement. There can also be a slight dive to get into the inhalation. Because here we have 4 kinds of inhalation and then 2 counts of quicker inhalation. Inhale 4, exhale 4, but you move 1, 2, at the 3, you are with the hands on the ground and the feet are curled, pointing. And then you keep going, 4, and then with the 4, start inhaling 2. And you are in this position. I show you again because it's not so easy to explain. And if I do it, it's more clear. Okay? I arrive in this position, but I'm not staying in this position. But some people have the tendency of wanting to arrive there too early. 1, 2, and then go 3, 4, but they're not staying in this point. You arrive and go. And then inhale for 2. And you inhale for 2. It's not half, it's not 1, it's 2. So there is time to inhale and actually also stretch the body. While you are inhaling, you have 2 counts. It's not super quick. It's quicker than 4, but it's not super quick. So we arrive here, we inhale 2 counts, and then saying, you go in the position, what they call in Hatha Yoga, down dog. Now, this sound to get into Drempa should be like a dog, actually. Looks like a dog barking quickly. So if you do this, for example, Drempa is the contracted hold, comes after the closed hold, and so it means that you are already controlling the air down, so it means there is no air up. But the abdominal muscles should pull back toward the navel. Having controlled the air down, now you pull back toward the navel. So this sound is not designed to expel all the air, because then you have nothing to control, really. That part of expelling all the air, we can never do it, but that is another story. But it's more like, be sure that you empty the chest, and what is left is locked into the abdomen. Let's say like this. So if you do this sound, it's not like the last breath. No, it is the should finishing. If you put a hand at your abdomen and try to do this sound, you see that something is going up from the chest, but the abdominal muscles are doing this, pulling back. So if you do this while you expel the air from the chest and block the air in the abdomen, and then with the position, stretching, you pull and do Drempa. That is the idea. But also this works better, if while you do the movement, with the movement, you really have the breath together. So possibly not before did you do, and then the movement, like, or at the end. You try to do it together. Okay? More than that, I can't explain. So when we are there, you are in the position, possibly with the feet anchored down on the floor, the hand in between the arms, and you stretch up so that you, with the stretch up, you make the back contraction stable. And that we do in 6 counts. So we have a fast inhalation with 2. Then the quick exhalation is out, because it's not total exhalation, it's just clearing the chest. This doesn't count in the count. Do that, and then 6 counts, you remain in the dog position. Doesn't say to do Chunsel, but you have to stretch nicely in the position so that you feel the pullback. And then we exhale in 2 counts. Now the forehead on the ground, the arms now are like the end of the cobra, but the feet are still up. Then you remain 2 counts empty, and then pull down the feet, come up 4 counts inhaling, and 4 counts exhaling. So I repeat, inhale 4, exhale 4, inhale 2, 6 counts, exhale 2, empty 2, inhale 4, exhale 4. This is the dog. Do you have any question? Of course not, because you can't ask. All right. Then we try to do it together. I now pretend to do it not so precisely because I will lead you. So I take it a little easy. I first say in, out, in quickly, in very simple instruction. In, out, 3, 4, in, then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, out, 2, empty, 2, in, out. Once more, this time with the rhythm. In, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, in, 2, then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, out, 2, empty, 2, in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4. One more time. In, out, quickly in, out, drain, out, empty, in, out. This is the dog. Now we see the spider. Also this one, I'm not gonna push it. It's not one of my super best. I show you quickly how it is. No, sorry. This is for the empty hold. Okay, I was still with my brain in the dog. Okay, so inhale, 4 counts, lengthening the spine, as usual, the arms parallel, not like this, along the side. And then exhaling, we bring the feet together, and we go. It's very difficult to do at the same time both sides. So generally go one side and the other. And the only thing, don't block the breathing when you do like this. Don't go here and block and go here and block. Even if you have to navigate a little bit how you get into position, but still try to do it letting the breath flow, not blocking. Then here, in theory, you should push down the arms with your knee and inhale in 4 counts. Then exhale quickly in 2 counts. And if you can, you slide back with your buttocks. And then remain arching the head back, remain in 6 counts in empty hold. In theory, trying to put your chest on the ground. Sometimes if you open a little bit, it comes easier, but the position in reality should remain like this. So empty hold, and then you inhale up as before, and exhale, moving forward, finger to the toes, and when it's possible, and if it's possible, forehead to the knees. But remember that more important than going down and being able to reach is that the breath is not blocked, and possibly start from the top. And at the very end, you exhale the last part. And at this point, if you can put your forehead to the knees, then you're just finishing even better the exhalation in the position. Okay, I repeat again. Inhale, 4 counts. Exhale, 4 counts. Inhale, 4 counts. Exhale 2, going down, and if you can slide in, also this cannot slide. I was never really able to slide, I have to confess. Then hold empty, 6 counts. Then inhale, 4 counts. And exhale, 4 counts. Okay, so now let's do it together. I'll give you some indication. In, out, in, quickly out, 6 counts of empty hold, in, out. Now with the rhythm. In, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2. Empty, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4. One particular that I didn't say, when you go to the side, the hands are not up, you are down with the hands, with the palm on the floor. One more time. I say in 4, out in 2, in 4, out in 4, in 2. Sorry. Again. In 4, out in 4, in 4, out in 2, empty 6, in 4, out in 4. And now we do it once without me saying anything. I only say in and we start. In, okay. So this completes the second group of yantras. And now we do some rhythm. We do a little bit, a little jump, because we don't have time in this condition to do all the rooster of the rhythm precisely. So we do just some experience. Then if you have the book, then you can go and can follow precisely. But we are staying kind of low rhythm, so it shouldn't be a problem. We do, yes, we did 4-4-4, 4-6-4, 4-8-4. Now we do 4-6-6, 4-8-6, 4-10-6. Okay? It's a little manipulation of the rhythm, but again, otherwise we need much more time. And I repeat how we count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, I repeat. 1, 2, 3, 4. And if you count 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If we do 8, we repeat 2 times 4. If you do 10, we repeat 2 times 4 plus 2. And every time we 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. We are ready. Relax the breath a moment. Now you see, after having done the yantras, if we do really careful to be not distracted on the breathing gets open and coordinated. And if you see, it's coming up and is going to the side, as is the complete breath that uses all the possibility of the lungs, of the apparatus, of the respiration and everything. And for that reason, it coordinates and strengthens our energy. And the most important thing is almost that is smooth. It's not blocked or fragmented or tense, but it just becomes fluid. So, ready? I do like yesterday, I guide you, then I guide you a little less, and then I don't guide you. So generally, again, we do around 5 times. I tell you when we change. A nice breath, exhaling. In, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 3. Empty, 3. In, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Out, empty. In, hold, still, hold open, relax, don't push, don't do anything. Exhale nicely in 3 counts. Stay empty 3 counts. In, hold, out, empty. In, changer. Okay, so now we increase the phase of the hold, but the rest remain the same. So in 4 counts, you have plenty of time on doing a very nice inhalation that should start from below and should come up to the top without blocking the throat. That should be the structure. Actually, this movement should already help if you try to focus on below or coordinating it. The last part of the exhalation that is, I think already explained, is always half and half. So now it's 6, so it would be 3 counts of exhalation and 3 counts of empty hold. If it was 8, it would be 8 counts of exhalation and 4 counts of exhalation and 4 counts of empty hold. Now, if you go up, then you have to look at some little changes, but when we are at 6, the exhalation, we can simply remember very well the structure of the seed of barley that we apply here. It means when you exhale 3, we exhale open, we let most of the air out, and then let it finish subtle, and then continue kind of subtle. It feels kind of gets a little controlled. That's fine. And then we enter in empty hold. The quality of the empty hold depends on how we breathe out. So even if it's 3 counts, we should be able to breathe out very nicely, very fully, not without creating too much tension. And then you see how is the condition of the empty hold. Because, again, the quality of the empty hold will determine how you inhale either. And so the circle continue to be integrated one phase into the other. So everything should be harmonized. Everything should be balanced. And we have somehow to find that way of exhaling empty hold like this that slowly, slowly will lead us to a very smooth process of the rhythmic breathing, moving nicely with the rhythm and flowing nicely. Okay, now we do 4 A6. Exhale, then in, 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 hold, 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 out, 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 empty, 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 in, in, hold, hold. I'm not going to slow. Hold, 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 hold. Out, 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 empty, 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 in. Hold, relax. Don't force anything. Let it settle. Let calm inside. Out, empty. In. Hold. Out. Empty. In. Change air a couple of times. One more. And now for 10-6. Exhale. Inhale, exhale. Let's go. In, 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 in. Hold, 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 hold. Out, out, out. Empty, empty, empty. In, 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 in. Hold, 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 hold. Out, 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 empty, 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 in. Hold. Out. Empty. In. Hold. out, empty, in. Okay. I wouldn't go as we did with open hold more than 10 because we hold in this way. That is the way that most of us can hold without any kind of problem, and this the way that we teach to hold in this case. But if we stay too long, can start to put some stress in our system, especially, well, without going too much in detail, but some aspect of the nervous system can get a little bit not so imbalanced, also because there is a dynamic in these things, and that I don't want to go more specific, but 10 is the good moment to enjoy the breath without too much stress, too much tension, and relax with that. It's good. So it's better to stay from 4 to 10 is fine. Okay, so now we are finished. We can do our, even though we are already kind of well coordinated, we can do our fast exhalation and the moment of relaxation that in Yantra is called Nalwab. It means remaining without changing anything, naturally relaxed. Just let the body as it is, let the breathing as it is, let the mind as it is. If you feel some kind of little tension trying to seep into your condition, remember you can imagine a space opening. So you don't like something closing in, or you just expand, open. Less space in the body, less space in the breath, less space in the mind. Okay, now we move a little bit. Roll to the side. Sit. And we are finished for the day. Thank you very much.